Aloha and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 808. I'm Psychic Larry and this is the BLOC video for the second half of August 2024. Some of you may have noticed that I missed a couple of BLOC videos here. I had tonsillitis the end of last month, and then we were at Gen Con having fun with all the people and checking out some of the new games. So we didn't get to shoot a video for the last couple of BLOC videos, but we're back for the second half of August. This video is sponsored in part by Jokaido. Their game Awake Heroes is coming to Kickstarter on August 15th. So we'll talk about that one in a little bit. Before I started on the games for the second half of August, I wanted to mention a couple games that are already live on crowdfunding. The first one is Raw, Pharaoh Edition, and Raw and Right by 25th Century Games. 25th Century Games brought back this old classic and is now giving us a Pharaoh Edition, which is upgraded components and it looks amazing. And they also have a different version of the game called Raw and Right, which is a flip and right game based on the design of the original classic Raw game. So if you're interested in either of those, you may want to check them out on Kickstarter. The other game that I wanted to mention was Tirnanog by Grand Gamers Guild. They are currently live on Kickstarter. Tirnanog is a game from Grand Gamers Guild that they brought to us actually last year, but they are doing a reprint in this Kickstarter and adding a new expansion. So go check them out on Kickstarter now. Coming to Kickstarter on August 15th is a game by our sponsor, Jokaido, called Awake Heroes. This game is for 2 players and will play in about 15 to 30 minutes. Awake Heroes is a turn-based tactical card game for 2 players. Move your pieces while defeating your opponent's characters and be the first to capture the opponent's castle to win. Each character can move in different directions and has different skills and attack power. You can also awaken characters and power them up by fulfilling certain conditions. Develop a strategy to defeat your opponent and capture their castle. Coming to GameFound on August 20th is Norsemen by Skellig Games. Norsemen is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 90 to 120 minutes. Norsemen is an exciting Euro-style game in the expert game range with a fascinating mixture of resource management, worker placement, deck building, and push your luck elements. Also coming to GameFound on August 20th is Leviathan Wilds Deep Veil by Mooncrab Games. This game is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 45 to 90 minutes. Leviathan Wilds is a solo and co-op boss battling board game about climbing and saving massive creatures. You will confront these colossal beings, with each creature being depicted across the spread of a spiral-bound storybook that makes up the game's board. Coming to Kickstarter on August 20th is Scarce by Toadies Games. Scarce is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 30 to 90 minutes. In Scarce, players need to finish the construction of a nuclear plant that powers their floating city. Each player is in control of a dragonfly ship, a vehicle that can travel in the air, on the ocean surface, and in the deep ocean. Coming to Kickstarter on August 23rd is Rift Zone Contact by Boosted Reality. This game is for 2 to 4 players and will play in about 20 to 60 minutes. Rift Zone Contact is a revolutionary tabletop tactical battle game system that uses mixed reality to eliminate the complexity of miniature war games by using innovative technology that you already own. Yep, your cell phone holds half the battle. Using AR, NFC, and some patent-pending special sauce, we've brought tabletop gaming into a new dimension. Coming to Kickstarter on August 27th is the Quest Kids Realms of the Kingdom by Treasurefall Games. This game is for 2 to 5 players and will play in about 30 to 60 minutes. The Quest Kids are back in a new expansion for the acclaimed dungeon crawler for young players 5 years old and up. Realms of the Kingdom continues the Quest Kids tradition of creating high quality fantasy gaming experiences for young heroes and their families. And finally, coming to GameFound on August 27th is Lords of Heaven by Phalanx. Lords of Heaven is for 2 to 4 players and will play in about 60 to 120 minutes. Lords of Heaven is an area control and card placement game where you play as one of 4 major powers of the medieval world. As the leaders of asymmetric factions, you will play action cards to take your actions such as build units, fortresses, and temples, move troops, fight battles, and develop your Middle East holdings. So those are the games coming to crowdfunding this second half of August. Thanks again to our sponsor Joe Kaido. Check out their game Awake Heroes coming to Kickstarter on August 15th. As always, let me know down in the comments which games you're looking forward to and if I've missed any of your favorites. And until next time, aloha!